Okay, so we've started a new picture. This is Grant at Shiloh. We're going to be wood burning this picture, and I've started it. And let me show you what I've got so far. So here's the head. Came out pretty good. I did it like this. Usually I would burn the entire picture at once, but this is such an elaborate setup that I didn't want to go through all of the work of setting this thing up and then mess up wood burning the face. So I wood burned that separately, came out pretty good, and now we're going to attach that, put together the rest of the body, the tree, his hand on the tree, get this glued down to the plywood, cut the plywood, and then start wood burning the body and the rest of the picture. So I've drawn the silhouette of the different pieces. You can see how this is going to get glued up. This is going to be an interesting glue up actually. And so my options are to glue up all three pieces at the same time, or do them one at a time. And I'm kind of leaning towards one at a time right now, to be honest with you, because that way I can concentrate on each individual piece, make sure that it's down and glued properly. And rather than, you know, diving into the whole thing all at once and finding out that something slipped or what have you. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to start off by gluing the body. Now, before I do that, I'm going to be adding what I usually do, which is wherever there's space that is not part of the veneer, I usually take a blowtorch and add some burn the wood around the picture. And then later on, after I've actually wood burnt the picture, then I go in there and add to this area some burnt umber oil paint, and it gives a very nice look to it. So the next step actually is going to be using the blowtorch on the rest of the picture, this area. Yeah, let's see how that works out. In the meantime, let me get a feel for where this part of this tree is going to end up. This tree actually is going to be fun to do. It's got rope going around it. And it's a terrific. Here's one of them. So you can see that his hand is part of the tree right now. Only because who wants to, cut this out and then try to get that? Forget it. It's far easier just to come across at the wrist, that's an easy connection to make. And but look at the bark on this thing, and then look at the rope, and there's this figure eight piece here that was used to tie down to secure the rope, and there's a spike here, and there's another metal piece here, and then the rope wraps around the tree and then goes off and ties off to his tent. In the actual picture, his tent is back here, but I can't add that. That'd be far too busy to do. Um, so let's get this out of the way, and get these tools out of the way. I'm gonna get out the blowtorch and just add a little color to the background. Where did it go? Hold off a second. Okay, so here we go. So okay, there's this piece here. This piece between his legs. You got to be careful. You don't want to burn it too much. What happens is if you go too much, the veneer on the plywood starts to come out. You don't want that to happen. Okay, that should be enough. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on over there. I may have to. And that's how you erase, by the way, in this business. That's better. Things like this I can take out. When I cover it, I'm going to be covering it with burnt umber. And you've got a lot of flexibility when you're doing that. You can add color to it. So let's see what we got here now. There's Grant's head. There's the tree. And there's the body. Yep. So once we glue it on, then I can start drawing the tree out, drawing his clothes on his body. That's it. So that's where we are right now.